Hey students, welcome to your weekly art video. In this week's video, we will be discussing the last part of Unit 5 and helping you get prepared for the 5.22 test. So your learning objective for today is interpret the artistic decisions made by the abstract expressionist artist and evaluate their effectiveness at expressing their ideas. Here's your week at a glance. You can see you are going to go through the reading. You've got a virtual field trip. Don't forget that you've got this 5.22 test due on Thursday. You can also find all of this information in your weekly announcement. So this is Jackson Pollock. He is well known for his drip paintings. This is called abstract expressionism. In 1947, Pollock created his first drip painting by placing a canvas on the floor. The process of creating the work is important to the work. The outcome is what remains of the expression. So it's more about movement, spontaneity, letting your subconscious take over, and bonding emotion, action, and movement. This is the de Kooning. It's called Woman One. You can see that slashes of black paint define her wild eyes up here and toothy grin. There's her teeth. The first work in a series of 6, it seems to embody the artist's claim, beauty becomes petulant to me. The painting caused an uproar when it was exhibited at the Sidney Janis Gallery in New York in 1953. The committee found the picture quite frightening. Did anybody scream when they saw it? Just asking. Okay. But felt that it had intense vitality and liked the quality of the color. Others felt that he abandoned the fundamental ideas of abstraction. What do you think? What's your opinion? Okay, this is a Kandinsky. Kandinsky had something called, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the word, synesthesia, something, oh, I'm forgetting the word, but he heard music as color. So all of his paintings are named after musical works because as he listened to music, he could see colors. So this one is called Impression Number 3, Concert. It was painted the day after a concert by this composer, which he went to see in Munich and he found fascinating. Okay, here are some more of his artworks, all painted after different musical works. So Unit 5 is about postmodernism, which was mid to late 1900s. Basically, anything went at this point. All art rules were broken. It had lots of characteristics, and we covered those in this unit. So let's do a quick practice for your test. You can use the QR code on the screen, or you can use the link in the announcements. So you'll be playing solo. Question 1, what conventions of Fauvism did the Red Room by Henri Matisse exhibit? And you would have picked this one, the overall decorative pattern effect and flattened sense of space. Which of the following is a characteristic of Expressionist Kandinsky's Improvisation 3? You would have picked this one. It uses distortion and exaggeration for emotional impact. Hopefully you're playing along. What did Expressionist artist Kathy Kollwitz treat the subject? How did she treat the subject matter in her artwork? She addressed the contemporary issues of social justice and of personal loss. How did Georges Braque incorporate a characteristic by synthetic cubism into a still life de jour, le jour? So if you'll remember, Braque was one of the other inventors of Cubism, he and Picasso. So he painted some objects with flattened shapes and some with a sense of form. So if you could look at this closely, or if you can like make it larger, I think you would very easily be able to see that. You can also find this artwork in the text. Okay, which of the following is a characteristic of realist Ben Shah's painting, The Passion of Sacco and Venezia? Painting used flat shapes and sharp angular forms to create abstract figures. How did Spanish artist Pablo Picasso create a political statement about the Spanish Civil War in his painting, and I always say it wrong, Guernica? I'm sure I said it wrong. Um, he conveyed the suffering of civilians through the use of the distorted shapes. So if you remember, when you look at this painting really closely and you look at the faces of the people, you're like, wow. So make sure that you watch that video about Picasso. I'm sorry. Wait, did we just do it? Hang on. Oh, I got lost. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody calm down. Okay. What surrealist technique did Salvador Dali use in The Persistence of Memory? He used fine brushwork and technical precision to make them believable. How did surrealist Miro depict the objects in Dutch Interior 1? Red, abstract shapes, curving lines, and amoeba-like forms. Again, if you can make this bigger, the answer becomes obvious. Okay, just a couple more. Okay, so as we move into regionalism, this is American Gothic by Grant Wood. And what best describes the characteristic? It's clearly readable compositions that idealized Midwestern virtues. Okay, how did Le Corbusier give Notre Dame de Haut sculptural qualities? Used concrete sprayed onto mesh steel to form a roof in an upswept shape. Again, when you look at the picture, the answer becomes obvious. Okay, so this is the Pompidou in Paris. Why did modernist architects Rogers and Piano place the escalator outside the Pompidou Center of Art? To make the interior space larger and to add an interesting design element, and it definitely does. Which of the following is a characteristic of modernist sculpture? Modigliani, I think I said that right, head of a woman. The facial features are reduced to simple geometric shapes. Two more. What was Expressionist de Kooning's approach to painting? He used aggressive gestures to apply slashing lines in all directions. Remember, we just looked at this one a minute ago. The one where everybody screamed. Okay, which best describes the subject matter in Rauschenberg's Estate? Features images of American pop culture that the public would recognize. Again, if you open this up, you'll see that there are like almost magazine pictures in here. If you can, try to make that a little bit bigger, or just look it up, Estate by Rauschenberg. Okay, so if it's synesthesia, that's what it was. If you want to learn more about synesthesia, I would definitely recommend that you watch this video. It is fascinating to watch, and it's not very long. I think it's less than 3 minutes. All of these people, all of these artists have synesthesia. Look at all these artists. It's fascinating. If you have time, please watch that video. Okay, don't forget that you've got your 5.22 test due on Thursday. Don't forget to use your notes, your flashcards, and of course, you can still use the Kahoot that we just did. Okay, if you have any questions, please get in touch with me. Have a great week, everybody.